know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem.
The White House Oval Office turning into a verbal sparring ring this morning between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, President Trump, and Vice President Vance, all in front of the cameras. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Whitney Ward. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy came to the U.S. to try and make a deal, but was met with more hostilities. President Trump had been pressing for an agreement giving the U.S. access to profits from Ukraine's rare earth minerals as part of a path to ending the war with Russia. Erica Brown has the latest details tonight from the White House.
Tensions spilled over in the Oval Office between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy during a meeting that was supposed to be about ending Russia's war with Ukraine.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
The conversation turned contentious as Zelenskyy questioned Vice President Vance about Russia honoring any deal.
What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
President Trump stepped in, telling Zelenskyy America saved Ukraine.
If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
Less.
In 2 weeks, of course he has.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this, I tell you.
Just say thank you.
The White House says Ukraine has been difficult to negotiate with for some time.
I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I wanted this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
A scheduled news conference with the two leaders was scrapped, and Zelenskyy left with neither side signing a mineral rights agreement. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
And reaction to today's meeting continues to come in. Eastern Washington Congressman Michael Baumgartner saying on Twitter today Zelenskyy should resign. He said Putin is a thug and it is in U.S. national interest that he not be successful in his attack on Ukraine. But Zelenskyy seems to have now twice reneged on signing an agreed mineral rights deal at the last minute. Whatever your view on what happened in today's bizarre televised White House diplomatic meeting, the West needs the U.S. and Ukrainian leadership to trust on confronting Russia. After today, he said that likely requires a new Ukrainian leader. For the good of his country, he should step down and allow an interim leader before new elections can be held. He said, what a mess. Also, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson said on social media today, our state stands strong with Washington's Ukrainian community.